I am going to question science today. People tell they are myth. So the hypothesis comes from where? It comes from the scriptures. So the entire science, the whole science has emerged from the scriptures. You have a disorder by itself, but you cannot have order by itself. Isn't that stupid? Stupid. Isn't the biology really stupid? All this only because we want to reproduce? You need a brain if you want. I was Mahatma Gandhi. Who tells my brain things? Who commands my brain? Watch the movie, learn it, understand it, then tell me that you don't agree with it. Then also learn to question. Science is a field that talks about how the universe was created, and it is a subject that answers all the questions. Science is a subject which systematically, with research, with experimentations, it proves the things. Right? This is the understanding of science. And science has various laws, various experiments, and other things. All of you know that. But this same science, believers of science, tell that they don't believe God because they feel that God is something that doesn't have proof. They feel that God is something that cannot be proved. They feel that if you believe in science, this is a topic which shouldn't be believed in. So, to all the atheists who question God still today, I am going to question you. I am going to question science today. This video is a question to the science. So, the thing is that you should think of in your mind first. So most of the atheists, you don't believe in God, right? You feel science is something which is reality. Science is real and everything else is fake. The God, there is nothing, there is no one called as a God. And science is everything. So let me ask a question to all of you. How does a theory, how does a law come into picture? How does a law, how does something become a law in the science? That's my question to all of you. So let me tell you, let me explain you the process in detail. So, in science, if you want to prove something or if you want to make a law, the first step of science is to form a theory. A human being like me, anybody, any scientist, not just me, anybody can get up and he can tell that birds fly because they have wings. Okay? Simple thing. Birds fly because they have wings. Till today, no one has proved it. Nobody has done experiments about it, for example. I'm just telling an example. People don't know how birds fly. Just blindly, I gave a theory that it may be possible birds fly because they have wings. This is called hypothesis. So before any experiment, before any law is formed, the first step is to formulate an hypothesis. All of you agree with that, right? Then, after you form an hypothesis, the next step is to conduct suitable experiments to prove that hypothesis. Okay? To conduct some experiments to prove that his hypothesis. So, to prove that hypothesis, we do some experiment or we use some theoretical knowledge, we use some theory to prove that knowledge that we have. Right? So, after that, that is called experimentation. We do the experiments, we conduct the experiments, and we try to prove. For example, birds fly because they have wings. So we may try to remove the wings of the birds. We may see the birds which don't have wings, and we will see whether still the birds are able to fly or not. Then, using that knowledge, we conduct this experiment in many different birds. We see many practical examples, and then we tell that yes, actually wings are needed to fly. So we have done the experiment. We have seen in many birds. We have studied a lot of population. So now we formed a law that to fly, if you want to fly, you need to have wings. That is the law. We have given a law because it is applicable everywhere. We saw all the birds without wings, no one can fly. So if you want to fly, you need to have wings. That is how laws are formed. An object, if it is thrown from the top, it will get attracted to the earth. It will always fall down. That's a law because there's no exception. It doesn't have any exception. You will never see that something is flying without, if you throw something on the earth, it never happens that it flies up and go. It will always get attracted. So similarly, the law of gravity was formed. Right? So this is the process by which experiments are done. And this is the process by which laws are formed. Now, my question to all of you is, whenever it comes to God, and whenever it comes to our scriptures, and whenever it comes to the religion, people tell they are myth, or people tell they are false, they are mythologies. People call them mythological stories. Ramayana is a mythological story. This is a mythological story. Now, my question to all of you is, how did science start? How did any experiment start at the first place? Everything starts from myth only, right? The theory, birds fly because of wings, was what? It was nothing but a myth. Hypothesis means what? It's just a myth. It's not proven. Nobody has proved it. Only after a lot of experiments, it gets proved and it becomes a law. Until then, it's a myth. Until then, it's just an hypothesis. Big Bang Theory. Who has seen the Big Bang Theory? People tell that the whole universe was formed from a small dot which burst out, and the entire universe came out from that small point. That's called the Big Bang Theory. Did you go and see the Big Bang Theory? Were you present there? Have you done any experiment to prove it? How can you show the Big Bang Theory? So science has so many such theories. They are called theory also. Theories are the things which are not proved, but still we believe them. When it comes to science, we believe the theories. But when it comes to scriptures, we want proof for everything. Whereas most of the scriptures have proofs. You have evidence for a lot of things. Archaeological surveys, there are so many things which prove the Ramayana has happened, the Mahabharata has happened. There are so many proofs for everything. But still people don't believe them. But people blindly believe the theories that are present in science. And that is the reason why all these Einstein, most of the scientists, they believe in God. Because they know God is the base from which the science has evolved. People in the ancient times told that we can fly. Only then science proved it, right? And somebody used to fly on a flying carpet, or somebody made an aeroplane kind of structure in the Ramayana, Mahabharata, or some like Ravana. Ravana is traveling in a bird-like aeroplane which is flying. Only then somebody got an idea that you can make something that looks like this, which can fly. So the hypothesis comes from where? It comes from the scriptures. It comes from human brain. It comes from God. The things that we believe, it comes from there only, right? So the entire science, the whole science has emerged from the scriptures. If you read the scriptures, what the scriptures already had, what the scriptures already told, science just did experiments on that and is proving them slowly. Scriptures used to talk about time travel. Somebody traveled in the past. Science is proving it today. Science is doing experiments on that today. So how did they get the idea? So the scriptures. That's what Einstein told. That's what most of the scientists told. That's why most of the scientists believe in the Bhagavad Gita, in the most of the scriptures, Ramayana and all. So now who is God? So God is known as the creator. Right? God is known as the creator. He is the creator of the entire universe. That is what we believe. And science says that the creator, see, let's talk about the science, okay? Science, science says that creator, the universe was created by Big Bang. And this you believe, the atheist believe. And God or scriptures say that the universe was created by God. The believers, the theists, okay? Atheists say that Big Bang, and theists say that God created the universe. Now, logically, let me question all of you. Here there's a contradiction. The contradiction means there is some discrepancy. We just try to understand it for a second. You believe, you, the atheist, believe in Big Bang, which is from a single point, everything came by big burst. The entire universe was by Big Bang. A Big Bang took place, which created the entire universe. Right? That is what the atheists believe. And the theists believe that there was a God who created the entire universe. Now, the same atheist people, they also say that nothing can be random because they believe in science. You learned about entropy, right? All the objects try to become random. If I take something and if I spill something, it's go random. In nature, order. Anything cannot become order by itself. Anything can become disorder by itself. But nothing cannot get ordered by itself. That is what chemistry says. You cannot have order in nature. You cannot have an ordered system by itself. You can have a disorder by itself, but you cannot have order by itself. How did the gases come in order and create a beautiful earth by themselves? How did all the gases come in contact and create a beautiful moon by itself? How did how did all the things come in contact themselves and create order by themselves? It's impossible according to science. Science itself says it's impossible. But science says it happened. Isn't science contradicting here? And science also states about cause and effect. Every effect has to have a cause, right? If something has to happen, there should be a cause for it, right? That is what we study in science. Why something is happening? Why something is happening, right? Why some nuclear reaction is happening? Why a material is decaying? Why science is nothing but why? Answer is why. It tells us there is cause of everything. That is what science tells us. What is the cause of Big Bang? How many of you asked that? What is the cause of Big Bang? What is the cause of all the particles coming together and creating beautiful universes? What is the cause of everything coming together and creating a beautiful planet? That is what I mean by God. When I tell God, that is what I mean. I believed in science. Yes, I agree Big Bang would have happened because we see the universe expanding. But who caused the Big Bang? Who programmed it such a way? Who gave the program that Big Bang will happen? All the gases have to come together and they have to form beautiful planets. Who made that cause? Who was the cause for that? That is God. There has to be somebody who has to do that, who has to cause. If you do an experiment in the laboratory, for conducting an experiment, you need a scientist. An experiment doesn't happen by itself. In laboratory, reactions don't happen by themselves. But you say that the first reaction in the universe happened by itself. I agree. Reactions can happen by themselves, but there should be the first step of the reaction, which is done by the human. Then the remaining reactions may happen by themselves, but the first reaction step should be initiated by a human or somebody. If it's not human, it should be initiated by somebody. Who is that initiator? Did you ever ask that question? So it must be God. And what I believe, so every life has purpose. Everybody has purpose in this world. Why did you come into this world? Why did you take birth in the world? If you believe in science, I agree you believe in science. What is the purpose of life? Science says that purpose of life is to reproduce. Wow, it's a very fantastic answer. Science is a very brilliant answer. All living things came into this world to reproduce. That is what biology says. That is what science says. Isn't that stupid? It's your purpose. The person who's watching the video created a beautiful mobile phone. The humans created a beautiful mobile phone. You are sitting in front of a chair or a computer, on a chair in front of a computer or a mobile phone. You are doing so much in your life, only to have kids. Is that the purpose of life? That is what you are sent into the earth for. That is the whole purpose of life. Isn't that stupid? Isn't biology really stupid? You have such a complex brain, such a beautiful body. You can do everything. We are going to Mars. We are going to Moon. We are doing everything. So much of advancement. We are so intelligent species, and all this only because we want to reproduce. Seriously, why do you need a brain if you want to reproduce? Even a single cell can do it. That's what most of the religions teach us. That's why we have religions. They tell us the purpose of life. Be it Gita, be it Quran, be it Bible, be it any kind of holy book. All the holy books teaches the purpose of life. The purpose of life is not just reproduction. They actually teach us the purpose of life, which science cannot teach us. Do you agree with that? Science cannot teach us the purpose of life, which these books teach us. That is the reason why we have religions. Next, what I believe is unity in existence. All the living beings, all the species. God says that we are all part of God. God created all of us from His part. We are all part of Him. God created all of us. We are all His creation. That is what I believe in. Yes, I truly agree that all have the same soul. All of us are seen. All the living things, everything in the universe is created by God, and I believe in that. Do you know the reason behind that? I will prove with your own science. All the human beings, all the animals which have life in them, which have feelings in them, you can see the DNA. The DNA is almost the same. Doesn't that mean that we have all come from one species? We have all come from one origin. That is what biology also tells us. We all have the same origin. Why can that origin not be God? Why don't you think that we are all part of His body? He has created all of us from His mechanism. That is why we all have the same genetic code inside us. All the humans, all the animals, why do they have genes in them? Why do they have code in them? Why do they have DNA in them, which is almost the same for all living beings? Why don't you question that? Isn't that a language of God? When I write ABCD, when I'm making this video, when I'm putting the words properly in this video to frame a sentence, you agree that it is done by me, by a human being. But when the DNA, when the genetic sequence was put inside a living being in such a beautiful order to design this beautiful body in particular order, when DNA decides the shape of everything, when DNA is the code of everything, to design a small game, you need a coder. You need coding language. But to code this body, you need such a complex coding language, which is the DNA. And you tell me that the atheist tell me that it formed by itself. the code form by itself? Why doesn't your game form by itself? Why doesn't the YouTube in which you're watching formed by itself? Why did it want to create the code, the code? Why do you have such complicated languages to make such apps? But when it comes to this complicated human body, you tell me that it's random. The code was random. Just answer me, atheist, whoever is watching this video who don't believe in God, just give me the answer to that. How do you justify it? We should question science, right? When science says that all of us have same DNA, how many of you asked science that how did all of us have same DNA? And who wrote the DNA code? You can tell me the sequence of DNA, A, T, G, something or you have adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, all those amino acid sequence, arranged in proper sequence. All of us know that DNA structure, nucleotide, nucleoside, how the DNA is formed, right? But how many of you asked the question that who first time arranged the DNA sequence in a proper order? Who made that language? How we have our language, who made the language of DNA? Who coded it? I agree we have understood the language, but still today we have not understood who made that language, who wrote that language. Shouldn't our goal be to understand who wrote that language? Next is eternal. So next what I believe is time. According to me, what I feel is all living beings are one. You are one. The dog walking on the road is one. The cat walking on the road is one. Cow on the road is one. The next human being watching. All the thousands of people who might be watching this video, all are one. And why? Why are all one? We all have the same soul. You might tell again, I'm talking rubbish. It doesn't make sense. It will make sense. Listen to it. So actually, what I believe, again, it's my personal perspective, and most of the religions tell the summary. So if you read the religions in depth and if you try to understand, most religions mean that. So they may say heaven, hell, rebirth, all those things, but ultimately it all means the same thing. Okay. So what I feel, my personal perspective, after reading the religious scriptures, what I feel is we are all one who has taken part in different times. You might not understand, right? So when I die, my soul, the same soul which I have in me, takes birth again, maybe in the form of Mahatma Gandhi. I was Mahatma Gandhi. I am you. I am the other person. All the people in this world is me. Or it's you. Anyone. All the people in the world are just one person who has taken birth in different times. If I die today, I can take birth in the past as Mahatma Gandhi because it's very complicated. It's complicated to understand. Okay, it's really complicated to understand. You just need to open your brain a little wide. Okay, just try to understand what I'm saying. If one life ends, so if one life, say Raj is a person. Raj dies today. He can take birth as his mother. He can take birth as his father in the past and give birth to Raj, which is another life. So all the lives come from the one life. So how can Raj take birth in the past? That is time travel. Raj, when he dies, God sends him to the past. So all this is circle of life and death. One person goes back to the past and takes birth. Again, that person may take birth in the future when he dies. So the same life takes birth in different forms, different forms of time. Time is interconnected. Time keeps spinning. All the human beings are same form of life who has taken birth in different times. Am I talking bullshit? Am I talking rubbish? Out of thin air? Let's talk about science. What Einstein says. Einstein's theory of relativity. E is equal to mc square. Very common. E is equal to mc square. Nowadays people make tattoos of E is equal to mc square. It's written on the walls everywhere. That is called general theory of relativity. All of us have learned a theory. It's printed in our books. It's written everywhere. We don't understand it. Let me explain to you this physics a little bit. E is equal to mc square tells us that mass, our body is mass, right? It's made up of mass. Mass and energy are same thing. Mass and energy are same thing. E means energy is equal to mass. mc square. Who proved it? Einstein. Science says mass and energy are same. So if we have mass in our body, it's nothing but energy. If the mass goes, if I die today, it will convert to energy, right? So the mass has to go somewhere, right? If I die, what happens to my body? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. So the mass, so much of mass in my body, so much of energy that I have in my body has to be created, has to be transferred somewhere. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it is transferred from one form to other. Where is the energy? This much of energy that you see in my body, even inside the body I have so much energy, and my body itself is energy because it's mass. Where is that mass transferred when a person dies? Where does all the energy go? So much of energy, it is transferred from one form to other. It goes to another form. Where does it go? Can that energy go to the past? Again, this is proved by Einstein's what? Einstein says that time, okay, again, theory of relativity also says that time, gravitation, okay, Einstein says that the gravitation field and time is a fabric. The time is like a fabric, and that fabric is interlinked. It's like a chain cycle. Einstein himself told it. You can research it. He has proved it. Time travel is possible. If you go near a black hole, the time gets compressed. Time becomes faster or slower for different people at different parts. Time is like a fabric. Okay, it's like a fabric. You can travel from one part of the time to other part of the time. You can go to different parts of the time. This fabric can get stretched, squeezed. Everything can happen. So everything in the world is just like a cycle, which goes again and again and again and again. And we are stuck in the cycle of life. We take birth, we die, we again take birth in any other form. It can be any form, different forms. Am I again telling of this? Okay, if you don't understand science, you may not understand science. But let me tell you without science that this is true. If I hurt a dog, if I hurt a cat, if I hurt you, why do I feel the pain? Do you agree with me? If you hurt somebody, you have that feeling of pain or guilt inside you. Why? That's the question. Why? Why we do have guilt inside you? When you're hurting the other person, when you're causing pain to the other person, why does it pain inside of you? Because that person is you. When you hurt somebody, you are hurting yourself. You are hurting different form of yourself. You are the same person who has taken birth in that person's life also in some point of time. Because time is returning. After you die, maybe in the past you took birth as that person. So your life is meeting another time taken birth. The same life was taken birth in another time. You are hurting that person. So you are hurting yourself when you hurt somebody else. That's why you also feel pain. Because you are hurting not somebody else, you are hurting yourself. And when you hurt yourself, you feel the pain. Do you agree with me? You feel some guilt, some pain inside you because when you hurt other person, you're hurting yourself. Same way when you help somebody, when you're doing good to somebody, you're improving somebody else's life, right? But why do you feel happy? For the rest of your life, you are very happy. Why? Because if you have improved somebody else's life, that life is not somebody else's life. That is your life also. So if you are improving somebody else's life, you have improved your life. Once upon a time, that was your life. You have improved your life. That's why you feel good. That is what I believe about this topic. Time is nothing but, and again, consciousness. Still today, nobody has understood it. Psychologists study consciousness in so depth. Even psychology subject says that consciousness is something that cannot be understood. And what I feel is consciousness comes from the soul, and that soul is the creation. That soul is the God inside all of us. All of us have God. We are all part of God. God gave this part of the body to all of us in the form of soul. So all are one, which took part in different forms of life, and we are stuck in this life. So the purpose of the life is to come out of the circle of life and death. And to come out of the circle of life and death, there is only one solution, which the scriptures say, that is to understand God and to do good for the society. If you do good for the society, all your lives become satisfied. And if all of you are satisfied, you will be happy to go to the God. You will be happy to go to the part of God again. So part of God is all of us. That is the soul inside all of us, which tells us what is right and wrong. Otherwise, who tells you what is right and wrong? How do you know what is right and wrong? It's not. People say that we are taught from childhood. when you're born, it's fed into our head what is right and wrong. That's not true. Even if you don't feel in a person's head what is right or wrong, he has that feeling inside him what is right and wrong. Every human being knows what is right and wrong. Still they do wrong. That's secondary. People do because they get manipulated. But there is a pain and there is a feeling of happiness which comes when they help somebody. So that is the soul which tells us what is right and wrong, and that is nothing but consciousness. People say consciousness is in the brain. If consciousness was in the brain, who controls the brain? My brain is telling me to lift my hand, right? So my hand gets lifted because my brain told my hand to lift it. Who told my brain that I should lift the hand? It's me, right? Who told the brain to do something? Who told me to make this video? Brain told to make this video. No, right? Somebody told my brain to make this video, then my brain told all the parts of my body to on the camera and shoot this video. So who told my brain first? Who tells my brain things? Who commands my brain? Who controls my brain? That is the soul. There has to be somebody who gives instructions to the brain, right? Our brain does everything by itself, randomly. It's you who control the brain, right? That's why we can control our brain. We can do meditation. We can do things to control our brain. Who's controlling the brain? It's you. And who is you? It's the soul. You are the soul. You are the consciousness. And who is the soul? It's a part of God. That is what I believe. Next, there is so much unity in the world. Unity and diversity. We have all learned from the childhood unity and diversity. Despite so much diversity, the world has so many different from types of species. But still, all are one. All are united, right? We all share the same genes. We all have the same things which we do. Why is all that? Why is there so much unity and diversity? There is so much unity because there is so much diversity because God wanted us to do different purposes and come to the same purpose. We all have different goals in our lives, and ultimate goal is to understand the purpose of life. So to make our life easy in this world, because we have taken birth in this world, because of some reason. But again, we want to understand that and come back to this one place. We left from here. We left our place. This is our home. We left our home and we went to a place. Like you may leave your parents and you may go to stay alone. But your parents will give you money. Your parents will give you guidance. Your parents will give you all the resources that you need, right? Same way, God gave us all the resources. God gave us all the things. But ultimately, what our parents want us to go back to them after we finish our work or after we are happy staying alone. Our parents will want us to realize that we need them and go back to them, right? Our parents allow us to go and stay alone. But always, our parents have that mind. They always think that one day this fellow will realize that he cannot stay without us and he will come back, right? Same way, to make us mature enough, to make us intelligent, God sent us separate and He wanted us to understand the whole purpose of life and understand everything and then go back to Him, understand His purpose. So ultimately, we are all in circle of time. We are all circling in the time. The purpose of life. We all have purpose in life, right? Purpose in life is decided. Everybody has a purpose in life. Now, is that true? Is it really true? Who gave us the purpose in life? Do we really have purpose in life? What is purpose I'm talking about? Really we have purpose in life? Even an atom, if you go inside an atom, an electron keeps spinning around the atom. Even an electron has purpose. If you change a small electron, the whole thing changes. If you change a small atom, if you remove a small proton, the entire element changes. If you know chemistry, people will understand what I'm talking about. Removing one proton can change the entire element. Each proton has its purpose. Each proton. And whole life, forever, the proton and electrons keep doing their work. Every single atom, every single cell, every single amoeba, every bacteria, everybody has a purpose in life. And all are one. That is why all have purpose in life. They have taken part in different births, as I told you. They have took part in different time, different life cycle. And they are fulfilling their purpose. Who gave this purpose to us? Why is an electron always revolving around a proton? Who made this electron? Who told the electron that you need to keep revolving around a proton? You made a law. You told that positive attracts negative. You just told it. But who made it happen? Who made that law? Law needs a lawmaker, right? I need to go to a red signal and I need to stop. That is my purpose. Whenever I go to a red signal, I will stop. I have been told that. And I follow the law. I follow the law. Why I follow the law? Because somebody made it. Why does proton and an electron follow the law? That is, they should get attracted. Why they follow? Why an apple had to fall on the earth only? Just because Newton told he discovered it doesn't mean that he made the law. He just gave the law. He didn't make it. Who made that law that apple has to come and fall on the earth? Every object attracts every other object. Science says that. But who made the rule that every object has to come? Somebody told the particles, right? Somebody told the electron and somebody told the proton, then whenever both of you come, both of you need to get attracted. Every single particle follows laws. Nature has its law. Some people believe in nature, but nature itself has laws and it follows the law. Who makes it follow the laws? It's God. Who gave them purpose? That is their purpose. They have the purpose in their life. We have the purpose in our life. But why do we have such intelligent brain? Because we need to understand our purpose, so that we will know that somebody has given us the purpose. God is the creator. He created everything. When I take paint and if I throw it on a paper randomly, will it form a beautiful painting? But lot of you atheists tell that if I spill paint on the drawing board, it forms a beautiful painting. But theists, believers in God, they tell that you need an artist, you need a paintbrush, you need paint, you need talent to draw a beautiful picture. That is what theists tell. Now tell me, who is stupid? People who believe in science are stupid, or people who believe in God are stupid? Tell me. People who believe in science, they tell that things happen by themselves. You look at anything, all science laws, if you take hydrogen and oxygen, if you mix them, they will form water because they join together and it forms a watery substance. Why does it have to form only water? And why does it have to form liquid? Why does H2 and O have to join together? Why do they follow certain laws? So these why can be answered only because somebody has made the law, and that maker is what we believe as God, the theist. Theist means the people believe in God. So everything has a purpose in life. Every experience teaches us something, and God is the artist. God is the artist. So this is a small video, and I made this video because I'm going to start telling you the scriptures from now on. Now onwards, I'm going to upload the videos of Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Quran, all. I will start with Bhagavad Gita because I am a Hindu and I know it better. But once I complete the Bhagavad Gita, I will definitely read the Quran and Bible, and I will explain that to you as well, so that we understand the purpose of life and we know whether God is truly existing or not. Don't be someone who says you don't believe in a movie without watching it. Watch the movie, learn it, understand it, then tell me that you don't agree with it. Then tell me that that movie is scripted, that movie is fake, that movie is not true. First watch it, first read, first listen to me whatever I tell, whatever is present in the Gita, and then if you still believe that all those cannot be true, despite so many proofs, despite archaeological surveys which are based on your science, you yourself say that archaeologists, carbon dating, all these are science, right? So archaeologists are the people who have discovered Rama, who discovered Hanuman. They have found the traces. Carbon dating. Carbon dating is a technique by which they find out when that something was formed, and it matches to the scriptures. Still you tell scriptures are fake. Scriptures tell this time Rama existed. Science also says Rama existed at this time. Still people don't believe it. It's okay. Just this channel is not for believers only, because the people who believe in God, they can read the Gita, Bible, Quran by themselves also, and they believe it. This is especially for atheists who want to really learn about things and then form their opinion, not simply blindly forming their opinion. Okay, so for those people, I request all of you, please stay connected for more videos and ask me questions, as much as questions as possible. Ask me a lot of questions so that I can work on them and I can make beautiful videos for all of you, so that if you ask me questions and if I cannot answer them, then you must question me. Without that, simply don't tell you don't believe in things. And if you are a person who believes in things only by questioning, then also learn to question science. Don't just question God, question science too. Thank you very much that you stayed for so long video. It's the first time I have made a very lengthy video on this channel. Thank you very much if you have stayed till the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel. Have a beautiful day.